Thank you for tuning in to 1001 Bedtime Stories of World War II. Hi, I'm Wayne Perkins, and the story, again, is based on the book The Last Flight of the Daisy Mae, a story of heroism and hope at 17,000 feet. Well, in the previous stories that lead up to this one, we have Jacob and Tina Nelson, who live on a farm in DeKalb, Illinois during World War II, and they're really worried about how they're going to get their soybeans harvested before they rot, and they really need to do it quickly, and their tractor broke down. So Deuce Nelson, the nephew, goes into town, actually drives all the way to Rockford, Illinois to get some spare parts, and that kind of leaves Jacob and Tina by themselves to worry about what's happening. But unbeknownst to them, help is on the way with Fran's Basic Training Company, Company B. They're actually going to help them out. So the buses are on the way. And this story, which is story number 18, is titled Bean Company, Fall In. Bean Company, fall in. Army buses circle the property. All of the doors open and young soldiers fall out on the road across from the farmhouse. "What's going on?" shouts Jacob. Deuce, having arrived a few minutes earlier, replies, "I got us some help for the soybean fields." "Glory be," says Jacob, shaking his head from side to side. "You got the whole army out here." "Company Beans, fall in," roars Sergeant McDowell, now with a rare yet noticeable grin on his face. 4 platoons of young fighting men snap to and fall in 4 separate lines on the dirt road. Deuce grabs Uncle Jake by the arm and both walk up to Captain Korn, who leads them to a high point on the front yard, facing the troops. Deuce introduces Jacob Nelson to Company Commander Captain Korn, who is going to lead his troops in the battle to save the beans. Surprisingly, Nelson remembers Korn as a man who sold him the now broken-down tractor years earlier. 4 platoons of 40 men each are standing in perfect lines on the dirt road facing the farmhouse. Captain Korn, Sergeant McDowell, Corporal Hebe, Jacob Nelson, Tina Nelson, and Deuce Nelson are facing the troops. Sergeant McDowell yells, "Company!" and he holds the E sound for several counts. Each platoon leader standing in front of each of the 4 platoons yells, "Platoon!" holding the long O sound for several counts. Then Sergeant McDowell shouts, "Tat! Huh!" Snapping to attention, all 160 men stomp their boots, creating a large cloud of dust that lingers for a few moments. An emotional wave engulfs the Nelson family watching the precision and commitment of these brave young men. Captain Korn addresses the men. "Years ago, as a civilian, I sold a tractor to Jacob Nelson to use on the farmland we are standing on. I promised him that he would always be able to bring his crops to harvest. Well, the tractor is broken, and his nephew Deuce is trying to fix it. I have a promise to keep. Your job, men, is to help me and help Jacob Nelson harvest his crop. I understand you are ready to go into battle. You may not think that this battle is as important as taking a beachhead, taking prisoners, or bombing the hell out of a strategic target, but I assure you it is. Farmers and ranchers from all over the United States of America are working with one hand tied behind their backs. They need to not only farm enough food for every man, woman, and child in the United States, but also for all of the people on every continent that has experienced the destruction and devastation of their crops at the hands of our enemies, Japan and Germany. I chose you today, men, for your first important battle in World War II. Volunteers Perkins and Olson led you to these soybean fields. This is where we will make our stand. Do your best work and help this farmer save lives and feed the world. Right here and today, we will win the Battle of the Beans. That is all. Thank you again for listening to 1001 Bedtime Stories of World War II. This was story number 18. 19 will come up shortly. This story is based on Chapter 3 in the book, The Last Flight of the Daisy Mae, a story of heroism and hope at 17,000 feet. You can purchase this book online through Amazon, Kindle, and also as an audiobook through Audible, Amazon, and iTunes. Thank you.